I didn't know Flamethrower Dogs needed to be on my 2024 bingo card, but here they are. We have Flamethrower Robot Dogs. Okay? There's a lot going on in the world, and I'm here to tell you about all of it, or some of it, the stuff that I found interesting, basically. But first, Friendly Ginger Newsman from Task and Purpose has a black eye. I don't know what's going on with this, but I am going to conduct an investigation, and when I find out who did it, I'm sorry you had to see that. There's corruption in China, Ukraine's moving main battle tanks, the main battle tanks we gave them, and a bunch of stuff is happening in the United States military. If you have not subscribed to me, please do so. Please leave a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. I literally read most of them. I'm sorry I don't respond as much as I probably should. I try, I do my best, okay? But I love y'all's constructive criticism. I just hit the chair that is right in front of me. I love y'all's constructive criticism. I really do. I appreciate it, and I really do try and make the content better. So please, I read the comments. Let me know what you think throughout the video. All right, going back to Flamethrower Dog, it's the TF-19 Wasp. It's the first ever dog-shaped drone with a flamethrower attached. That's not a hard first to achieve, I imagine, but they achieved it. We did it. I mean, we got Flamethrower Dogs, before we dealt with the housing crisis, but whatever. I mean, who am I? It's called the Terminator, and they wanted it to deliver on-demand flame anywhere. I don't know who asked for this. Arsonists, probably? I'm not really sure. But we have it, okay? And I literally just thought this was cool, so I want to share it with you guys. Moving on, Ukraine has begun pulling the Abrams main battle tanks that the United States gave them off of the front lines due to drone threats. Now, the Russians are probably itching to get us back, right, through Ukraine, because Ukraine has been using our Bradleys to turn the turrets of T-90s into flying Beyblades. And if you don't get that reference, it's because I have gray in my hair now. And a double chin. I'm old. But yeah, drone warfare has come a long way in the conflict in Ukraine, and it's shaping up to be one of the most monumental military innovations in a long time. Drone warfare essentially allows you to have a budget air force, and it does a ton of damage at little to no risk to the operator. The US sent 31 Abrams as reported. Anywhere you can do a quick internet search, this is not classified, I promise. The US sent 31 of these main battle tanks to Ukraine. Now they're being moved off the front lines, but they were integral, Ukraine says, in breaching the Russians' front lines. China has been trying to oust the corrupted individuals out of its government for a long time now. It is a known issue to the leadership of the Chinese government that there is monumental corruption. And you can see that in the fact that the Chinese military struggles to operate even within its own borders, and there are significant flaws and gaps in their military capabilities. I don't need to remind you about the water where fuel should have been and things that fly and go boom. Nearly 5 million individuals have been purged from the Chinese government. President Xi Jinping is saying this is a monumental win. He actually described it as an overwhelming victory. He didn't just say overwhelming, he also said victory, so I shouldn't have stopped the air quotes there. Sorry. He's further said that he's going to double down on this and continue to go aggressively after corruption. How this will play out in the government is anybody's guess. But 5 million people, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of corrupted individuals. How many people do they have left in the government? Is there still a government? Chinese president has said that the situation is grave. He described it as grave and complex. Interestingly enough, he's actually going after top executives, top officials in the bank, the Chinese central banking system. So pretty interesting. Many individuals are asking him to go aggressively after places in the Chinese government where there are significant funds to be, messed with, capital, money. Yeah, that's what it always comes down to. An Army general, specifically Major General David S. Doyle, who is the commanding general of the 4th Infantry Division stationed out of Fort Carson, has stated that he doesn't want people living on their phones outside of work for work purposes, beginning an hour after the duty day ends and not ending until an hour before the next duty day starts. Okay, you guys with me? Because that was I had to think about that a long time, how I was even going to say that. Basically, you can't send work-related texts. You know, you only have an hour buffer on each end. And I think this is great. This is a phenomenal move. It shows that the most senior leader actually cares about people's well-being, their free time, and he wants to prioritize that. You know, a lot of people think that this is, or a lot of people will probably think and talk about this in terms of families, but single people need time off work too, right? It's not just people with families. Now, don't get me wrong, I want to be able to spend time with my kids, my wife, my family, but single people need that recuperation period, that de-stress, de-load period after work as well, and so I think this is great. The senior officer in any unit. Hi, sweetie. You gotta go out, baby, because I'm making a video, okay? It's okay. That was my daughter. All right, come here, sweetie. Okay, hey. Look, baby. The senior officer in any unit in the military dictates the culture, the climate, the atmosphere, whatever you want to call it. They determine what that looks like. And people run with it. And they'll run to the extreme. If they believe that their boss is a workaholic, then, you know, a lot of people will themselves choose to be workaholics and force that on their junior troops as well. It's a complete nightmare. I have lived it myself. It's terrible. You feel like there's no escape. So this is cool, okay? There's still going to be people in the force that are workaholics. Honest to God, that general probably works a lot. For those of you that don't know, general officers, I mean, it's kind of shocking how much they work. We pay them a lot, so, you know, it is what it is. But this is phenomenal, okay? This person is saying, I care about you on an individual level. A U.S. Marine Corps First Lieutenant, Summer Johnson, has broken a deadlift world record with a deadlift of 660 pounds. That is incredible. And she is an absolute animal. We have service members doing amazing, incredible things all over the force. I'm sorry if you saw me do that weird thing with my tongue. We have service members doing incredible things all over the force. In the Army, we have the world-class athlete program, and it's for people that compete at like the national and international level. It's pretty incredible, and I'm glad this individual is getting kind of the notoriety they deserve. It's very difficult to manage doing anything outside of the military. I'll tell you, as a content creator, it's very challenging managing this most of the time. And not because my unit is unsupportive, my unit is very supportive. But seeing this person excel, seeing her excel, especially in a sport, you've got organized PT in the Marine Corps just like you have in the Army. And let me tell you, they don't give two flips about your deadlift. Getting to a world-class deadlift level is amazing. And finally, the last thing that I thought was really cool is the world's first stealth submarine is able to do a full 180-degree turn. Now, can you imagine what that would be? You're going underwater, and then somebody says, hey, I forgot my Zins. And then you're like, full 180-degree turn, you're back before you know it. You got the nicotine, mission continues. A company known as Highland Systems redesigned an already existing platform so that it could conduct this maneuver, this incredible maneuver. And it was because of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Initially, this was going to be used for underwater maintenance of different sorts and to courier the super, like, uber wealthy. Go figure. As of yet, I believe it is untested, but it should be capable of carrying 6 torpedoes as well. I wasn't able to find any footage of it actually being used, but I did find like some pictures and stuff, and it looks really cool from up top. All right, guys, we've got generals banning unrelated text messages outside of work hours. We've got Marines deadlifting a lot. We've got flamethrower robot dogs. We've got 180-degree turning stealth submarines with torpedoes. We've got an ousting of Chinese corruption. And we've got Ukraine moving tanks. What more could you want from me, okay? Please let me know if this is what you like to see. Let me know in the comments. Do you want me to do deep dives into specific subjects, or do you want me to go, rapid fire over a bunch of different topics? Tell me. You guys tell me, okay? Let me know in the comments, guys. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much, and watch the next video in the queue.